How to find your first deal in 24 hours or less. What's up guys, Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can find and wholesale your first deal in under 24 hours. Now, I know it's very difficult to maybe get a deal or find a deal in 24 hours, but I'm going to help you get the best chance possible on finding one as soon as possible and give you the quickest, most efficient ways of finding deals. And no, you can't find a deal, wholesale it, and get the assignment check all in one day. It does take time because we're not running a get quick rich scheme here. We are actually running a legitimate operation, a legitimate real estate business. This is more than a side hustle, legit business that can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. Legitimately, attorneys, lawyers will give you the checks, guys, with legit title companies. Guys, this business is legit. So you're not going to make, in 24 hours, not going to make $100,000. That's pretty much impossible for every side hustle. But what you can do is you can find a deal, which will lead in maybe 2 weeks, a month, a 10, 20, even a $50,000 assignment check. And that is all legit, guys. It's a legit business. I'm sorry to say this is not illegal. This is a completely legal business. It's called Wholesaling Real Estate. Go to freewholesaling.com. I teach everything from there. But really, you can easily, in under 24 hours, find a distressed property, talk to a property owner that just wants to get rid of the property for cash, and be well on your way to doing your first, second, third, or even your 1,000th real estate wholesaling deal. Guys, I've done over 1,000 real estate wholesaling deals. And what I can tell you from my sheer experience is there's lists that take time. You got to just constantly follow up with the seller list, cold call, text blast. And after months and months and months, you'll get that wholesaling deal. But there's also lists that you just go out there cold and you can find that deal as soon as possible for the best success possible. So that's what I really want to break down today. Before we get into it, do me a big favor. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe, and let's break it all down. So let's start off with the lists and marketing channels I want you to avoid in wholesaling real estate, especially when you're starting out. So these are the lists, like if you want to find a deal as soon as possible, I would probably avoid this. The first marketing channel here is just direct mail. I can tell you right now, I would probably avoid direct mail in under 24 hours. So if you want to find a deal in under 24 hours, direct mail is not going to be your thing because it's going to take 24 hours to send out the direct mail before anyone can even go on the property and look at it. So it's probably not going to be your best channel out there. Yes, I do a lot of direct mail. I love direct mail. But for getting a deal in under 24 hours, that is not going to be the right strategy out there. Now, if you're running a bigger operation, if you can invest some money into the business, and especially into direct mail, you can have leads coming in every single month consistently. It just takes time for the direct mail to just go through. So just keep that in mind. The next list here, which does take some time. Now, this is unfortunately the most profitable list, guys. Pretty much all my 30, 40, 50, 60, even my $100,000 deals, a lot of them have been from probates. And unfortunately, I'm going to say you should probably avoid the probate starting out if you're trying to get a deal as soon as possible. This list takes time. There's court actions. You got to deal with attorneys, right? But like people are passing away. A lot of emotion in these lists, a ton of follow-up. So unfortunately, you're probably going to have to avoid this list. But probates, if you're just doing a legit operation, you know, you're doing 30, 40, you have months out in the future, I would be doing probates now. But just understanding, if you're doing a probate list and you're cold calling and texting them, it's going to take months before you even see results from that. The other two lists I would probably avoid is the arrest record list and the divorce list. Those take time and a lot of follow-up. If you're trying to get a deal within 24 hours, this is probably not going to be the best list for you. So let's get into the marketing channels that actually work. So number one here is going to be trying for dollars. Yes, this is a hunting list. We're going out and we're actually finding ugly looking houses. The reason why I say this list is you can buy a list from like listri.com, zachdata.com. And yes, if you have a bigger operation and you can deal with other competition, that's great. But for a beginner out here, it might be harder for you to compete with 5, 6, 7, 8 other wholesalers. So why are you going to compete with them, right? Why don't you just go after a list that you have no competition with? And this is trying for dollars because you can't buy this list. You have to earn this list. And when you have to earn the list, a lot of your competition is not actually going to have this list, which can lead to you being very successful because you don't have to really compete with anyone else. You find this ugly house, no one even bought this type of list, so boom, you can actually get this list. I would add in some reverse trying for dollars on there. What's reverse trying for dollars? It's basically have a sticky note, says, hey, this is Zach, had a quick question about your property, please give me a call back. And you just slap that on the ugly house. So if you're driving around town looking for ugly looking houses, all you can really do is put that sticky note that's handwritten on there. You're going to get a 30, 40, even 50% response rate on there within usually a week. That works really well. So 24 hours, I would probably compile that list, try for dollars. But I think reverse trying for dollars is another really good strategy. Heck, if we only have 24 hours, I would add this too. If I see an ugly house, I'm just going to knock on the door and say, hey, are you looking to sell the property? Have a conversation, guys. At freewholesaling.com, that's really when I break down how to do door knocking, drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars. Like, and these strategies I teach on this video today, if you just go to freewholesaling.com, I do share exactly how to do it the right way in that video. Next, here's another really unique one, but like if you go on Facebook groups or someone in the comments of a lot of these YouTube videos, and if you could find somebody that can't sell the real estate wholesaling deal, maybe a new wholesaler in your area, and you're good at finding cash buyers, like, hey, you know, my name's Zach, I live in Tennessee, and I just can't sell this deal. Guess what you can do? You can actually go reach out to that person, sign a JV agreement, everything I teach at freewholesaling.com, how to JV, and then from there, you can just find a cash buyer for them, split the deal 50-50, and boom, you make half the deal, they make half of it. It's a win-win for everyone. I really think you guys should be doing this. This is a really important strategy. This is a really powerful strategy for results. It's just JVing and networking. It's an amazing way to actually get deals really quick, because you could probably find 5 or 10 people in Facebook groups or even on my live streams that are struggling selling their deal. Easily just find them, JV with them, and you can split the deal really quick. That's a great strategy. Next here is cold calling, guys. Cold calling is probably going to be the bread and butter for a lot of this stuff. If you just pull a general government lists, a water shutoff, fire damage property, basically like code violations, liens. There's so many of these type of lists that you can start pulling right now. You get their phone number. If you don't have any money, just go to truepeoplesearch.com. You can go to zachdata.com and skip trace. I mean, listri.com's got skip tracing too, but all you gotta do is just get a list of people that are motivated to sell their property. You can have a conversation with them, call them. They want to do it, meet them at the property. Once you meet them, get the property under contract, sell it to a cash buyer, and then boom, you get a deal, right? The thing is, a lot of people like going after those bigger lists, those high equities, maybe the vacant list, the absentee owner list. And hey, if you're cold calling, that's going to work. But for a lot of beginners out here trying to get a deal really, really quick, I've had so many government lists where I just have a general conversation with the person, and within 24 hours, they're yes, I can get a contract signed right there, and they're ready to meet because they're ready to go. So I'm telling you, I think government lists is probably going to be where your best bet is right now. Like if you just want to find somebody that just wants to get rid of the property super quick, like, hey, meet me in the house, let's get rid of this thing. This thing's been sitting here forever. The government lists are great. A lot of these are off of like code violations, and code violations are great because it's tall grass, usually vacant properties, usually a crazy situations going on the property. And you're going to make a ton of money off this list. I don't see anybody really talking about this. So if you want to pull the code violation list, just go to your local code enforcement department. They're pretty much sitting all there for you, and they're amazing to go after. The next one here too is you can do some SMS text blasting too. So you can SMS text blast pre-foreclosures. Pre-foreclosures are great because they basically have a timeline. Like they have to sell the property within 30 to 60 days. So their decision to just get rid of the property, it's pretty quick. And yes, there are some pre-foreclosure people that wait forever to get rid of the deal, right? But like there's a lot of urgency in the pre-foreclosures. So it's definitely a really good one. So I'm not going to cold call the pre-foreclosures because a lot of these people are getting debt servicing companies and other people calling them. So I would probably avoid that list. But for calling, but if you're going to text blast them, it works really well. And then on top of things, like if you don't have a ton of time and you want to find a deal fast, maybe you only have 2 or 3 hours, you can cold call. But if you have the cash, I mean, maybe sometimes it's worth it just to go text blast it like zachdata.com and just text blast a bunch of sellers while you're calling, and you can kind of make it a win-win if you want. But really, if you stick back to this, you're going to do really, really well. And then the last list, which I kind of already spoke, it is part of the government lists, is just going to be your liens, like generally, like your tax liens, your credit card debt lien list, your IRS debt lien list. Those are really the 3 liens I'd be going after, because if someone's not paying their taxes, they're probably going to be pretty motivated to get rid of the property. So those are really the strategies. What I could tell you though, like the moral of the story in this video is, if you want to find somebody that wants to do a quick decision on getting rid of the property, like within 24 hours, you can meet them really quick, you have the best chance for it. It's really going to boil down to the list that not a lot of people are getting calls on, right? If it's a saturated list, no one's going to really want to get rid of the property really quick. You're going to have to go over the lists that are sort of harder to get. So these are the government lists. These are drawing for dollars and reverse drawing for dollars. I love probates. I always scream about how great probates are, but it's going to take some time to get that list. So I probably avoid it like right now. But overall, I could tell you right now is drawing for dollars, cold calling, text blasting, government lists. That's really where you're at. You're not going to go wrong paying for a list either. But those are definitely the strategies. You can JV with people in network. That's how you're going to do it. So if you want to learn exactly how to do these strategies absolutely for free, I do have a free real estate course. It's literally a $7,000 course I literally give for free. Just go right here to freewholesaling.com. That's my free real estate wholesaling course, where I'll teach you step-by-step how to start wholesaling houses. Like I will literally show you how to pull that government list, how to drive for dollars, how to reverse drive for dollars, how to do that JV networking, actually how to get the contracts, things like that, how to talk to sellers, how to close sellers, how to use contracts the right way, how to do virtual wholesaling, right? How to find title companies, guys. It's all in there, okay? Like I literally have it. I have a 30-day wholesaling challenge. Just go check it out. And the last but not least important thing here is, yes, don't get discouraged if you can't find a deal within 24 hours. Don't feel like you're a failure if you can or anything like that, because you're not. I'm telling you, most people, it'll take them maybe 1, 2, 3 months if they go really hard in the paint in their wholesaling. It's really hard for them. And if you're in a saturated market, so the last part here is like, if you are in a big market, let's say Chicago, LA, Miami, New York City, San Francisco, even Seattle to a point, sometimes Phoenix, Arizona, I would probably consider virtual wholesaling if you want to get this deal in 24 hours. I'd probably choose a market that I like at freewholesaling.com. Usually ARVs below 250,000 with populations over 50,000 for the city. Guys, I'm telling you, it's all at freewholesaling.com. And last but not least here, comment below your questions below, guys. I do personally answer all the comments myself, and I want to help you out. Hop in the live streams, ask questions, and I'm ready to help you out for your success. So if you're ready to get a deal within 24 hours, do me a favor. Smash that like button and subscribe. Get drawing for dollars. Start pulling government lists and ask questions, and I'm here to help. If you're ready to go, if you believe in it, go to freewholesaling.com, comment something below. See you guys soon. This is Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.